Hi, welcome to this video series. I'm Bev Joy Ehrlich, and I'm a life and relationships coach. All of us want to belong to certain contexts. How much we feel we belong in our families of origin guides the way to how much we feel we belong in our intimate relationships, our relationships with our friends, our relationships with colleagues, and with our larger communities. Through a belonging which is safe, we can become who we want to become. For some of us, as children, it was a traumatized belonging, or partly traumatized belonging. Thomas Hübl teaches that stability needs both belonging and becoming. When we feel grounded in ourselves, it's because we have a sense of ability, potential, and creativity that can emerge from our feeling of safety and comfort in our belonging. In other words, when we feel safe as children, when we feel protected, when we get everything we need in order to develop our intelligence, we naturally want to become something. We all have a natural potential. Just as you don't need to tell a tree to grow a leaf or a branch, the tree knows that by itself. You provide the nurturing and nourishment to impact on the size and health of the tree, but not the power to make it do what it naturally is created to do. So too, you have an intelligence and essence that wants to emerge and become. We all have a strong natural will to become something. From the start, we are part of a family system. Later on, we can create intimate relationships. People who have a traumatized becoming and belonging may always feel afraid to commit to a relationship because they're afraid to lose their freedom. Or they might be afraid to evolve because they're afraid to lose their belonging. So there are a lot of fears. In our attachment process, if our attachment process didn't happen in a healthy way, we will feel this in some way throughout our lives. It will be the landscape of our inner world. You can notice that people who have a healthy and warm base. They rest and are grounded in life. You sense a generosity in spirit and availability and trust when they lead teams, run businesses, or become parents. Immediately you feel that there is enough inner structure to nurture their inner base. There are some people who in their lives as parents, as team leaders, as bosses, constantly have the feeling of scarcity. There's not enough. And if there is not enough, then there's a constant fear that somebody will take something away from them. Then you may feel a limitation and possible untrusting and uncomfortable with it. So if I'm scared in my belonging, it will show up as if I'm always unsure when I come into a group, when I join a new team, when I start a new job, when I meet a potential intimate partner. There's always this underlying fear that I enter into all relationships with. I will always radiate how safe I feel in the world. If I feel the world is safe, then this is what I'll radiate. And people will feel safe with me because I'm radiating a grounded sense of safety. Belonging and becoming are constantly intertwined with our feeling of safety. Anybody who has seen children and their parents in a park will notice that when the child is playing and suddenly gets scared, they run back to the parents. If that's blocked, it's already a big panic because we need to get back. Once the parents embrace and hold the child relaxes. Then the parent becomes less interesting and the world becomes more interesting and the child goes back out. So as an adult, if I felt well received by my parents, I can rest in my place in life. That's where the becoming becomes an emergent, creative space. This is where people continuously keep their life fresh. So we do work and we keep on developing it. It's not that we just had one idea and we created a company out of that. And that was that. Our creative energy is now used up. No. Rather, we can continuously reinvent and keep updating ourselves. When we have a healthy belonging, we have the freedom to become what we really want to become. So, How can I live a life that has a healthy belonging and a healthy becoming? Which means, how can I update my life whenever I need an update? And an update doesn't mean I destroy all the structures in my life and I leave all the relationships in my life and build everything from scratch. An update means that I'm inspired and I relate that inspiration into my world. That inspiration becomes a project. That project becomes a business. And that business has updates all the time. Everything that we don't become aware of voluntarily, we have to experience throughout our lives with all the consequences. So, your homework assignment, and I just want to share my screen with you, is, let me just share my screen with you. There we go. Your homework assignment is, let's explore and be curious about how you feel in social context. Do you feel safe and welcome? Do you feel hesitant? Do you feel generous? Oops. Just notice how you feel without trying to judge or change it. If your belonging has been traumatized, you'll naturally feel more afraid, more careful, more hesitant. And that's okay. Just be curious and fill it with awareness. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.